Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. You're watching a pre-match live show presented by the IDFC First Bank. I am Vaibhav Tripathi and with me Shamik Chakraborty. We are standing right in front of the Sinhalese Sports Club. First, a quick weather update. It's quite hot and humid here. It's bright and sunny, so there are no signs of cloud. Although there is a forecast of light shower in the afternoon, but that won't hamper the play a lot. So as far as the weather is concerned, it is going to be nice as it has been the case in Colombo. Yes, there was a spell of rain last night, but obviously when the match near like 30 minutes, we are away from the toss and there is no signs of rain as of now. But now coming to the match, India and Sri Lanka series decider. It is the second test match of the series and India are already 1-0 up. They are looking for the series whitewash. Their third consecutive series win in Sri Lanka, Test series win. They came here in 2015, then won in 2017, and now in 2026, another series win. First for Shubman Gill in Sri Lanka, and first for Gautam Gambhir overseas as head coach of the Test team. And if you look at Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka obviously haven't done really well in Test cricket. They fought hard, but they got bundled out early in goal as well. So the plans didn't go according to what they have expected from Sri Lankan's teams. There is a lot of pressure on Sri Lanka if they can fight back at a venue where they have historically done well. But if we talk about the head-to-head record at this venue, Sinhalese Sports Club, India and Sri Lanka, then India have the upper hand. 3-2 is the scoreline in the 5 occasions that they have met in this venue. We'll talk about everything from Indian perspective, from a Sri Lankan perspective. But the biggest question ahead of the start of the match is Saransh Jain going to make his Test debut? That is the question that we are asking. And before I go to Shamika, will tell you what exactly has transpired in the last couple of days. Match day -2. There, Kuldeep Yadav didn't turn up for the practice along with KL Rahul. And then it was said that Kuldeep Yadav has sought rest 2 days minus before the start of the match. But yesterday also it was an optional training session. KL Rahul was there because he didn't attend it the day before yesterday's practice session, but there was no sign of Kuldeep Yadav yet again. So now Kuldeep Yadav haven't really practiced. Apart from Kuldeep Yadav, all the players have practiced. And yesterday Gautam Gambhir was seen talking with Saransh Jain as well in the optional training section. Shamik, are all signs leading to a Saransh Jain debut?
Oh, I mean, it's less than 30 minutes to toss, and I'm still enjoying the intrigue. Look, look, I don't read too much into Kuldeep not coming for training sessions for the last 2 days, because it could well be the case that Kuldeep has asked for a clean break, given the short turnaround time between the two test matches. So it could be a conversation between Kuldeep and the team management. So from that point of view, it might happen. We don't know. We don't know. And Saransh Jain, the way, I mean, you already described his conversation with Gautam Gambhir, him coming to the ground, I mean, bouncing the ball on the pitch, everything. I mean, there could be, there could be some indications that the team management has told him to be ready. Now, whether they are going to drop Kuldeep, once again, I'm enjoying this intrigue because it is not, nothing is final until it is final. So we have to be guarded. Yes, there is a strong possibility. We can say that there is a possibility of Saransh Jain making his Test debut at 33 years of age. But let's see what happens. In less than half an hour, we'll get to know.
Yeah, the call obviously will be taken by the team manager. I think by now it has already been decided who will play. But all signs are, if you have taken the look at the build-up of this test match, then all signs lead to Saransh Jain making his Test debut. But Shamik, if Kuldeep misses out, only on the basis of one match, he bowled. He was decent against Afghanistan. You cannot say that he didn't bowl really well against Afghanistan. But only on the basis of one match where he was used as a third spinner. Again, Ashwin has talked about difficulties in bowling with the older ball. Sairaj Bhatule also said the same thing. Kuldeep Yadav bowled the least number of overs, took only one wicket, and now after only playing one Test match, you are dropping him. What kind of signal you are giving it to Kuldeep, who didn't play even the white ball matches when India toured UK?
See, there are two aspects to it, Bhavan. First of all, yeah, I mean, if you just go through the hard numbers, 24 wickets in the last six matches, that is one thing. But cricket is more than just the hard numbers. The fact of the matter is that Kuldeep, over the last few months, hasn't been bowling well in the sense that he looks a shadow of his usual self. That is, I mean, that is absolutely clear. So from that point of view, it is not just about just one game. It is about whether Captain Shubman Gill has confidence in Kuldeep, still has confidence in Kuldeep or not. Maybe he, it could be a case that Shubman Gill is sort of losing a bit of confidence in Kuldeep's bowling, and it can happen with any player and his captain. So from that point of view, it is not like just one game. It is over the last few months, yes. Um, and Sharan's, the fact is that, yes, he bowled decent in the second innings against Afghanistan, but that was just one of this. And in ball, it was sort of pretty clear that Shubman Gill was not Shubman Gill was a bit, I will not say hesitant, but Shubman Gill used Manap Sudhar as his frontline spinner, assisted by Jadeja, and maybe he was not that confident that Kuldeep can give him wickets.
Definitely, and when Ashwin also talked about this, that when you are having three spinners, there was a time when Ravindra Jadeja, Ashwin, that duo used to play regularly for India, and then the third spinner used to be Kuldeep Yadav, and then Akshar Patel also came in the picture. But now, even after playing for so many years, Kuldeep made his debut in 2017. Still, he's yet if you are yet to establish yourself as a regular member of the team, is it then if he doesn't play this Test match, are you seeing him being dropped for the New Zealand tour as well? Because then you will not have performances behind your back to put up your case.
Ashwin, I think what Ashwin said, uh, sorry, Vaibhav, I said Ashwin, I think, I beg your pardon, but I think what Ashwin said, he is entitled to his opinion, absolutely no disrespect to his comment. But I think what he said lacked perspective. Ashwin and Jadeja as a pair, I mean, that was only separated in Australia 2024 2025 when Ashwin retired mid-season, which I think he shouldn't have done. But once again, that's his call. After that, India played a proper test series, just one proper test series, away test series basically, that is England, a five test series. Now, the fact is that, and I asked this to Sairaj Bahudul and team's spin bowling coach as well, in England, outside Asia, it's not restricted to England. In outside Asia, usually, and this has been happening for a long time, it is not restricted to this team management only. You use one spinner because Jadeja he's not considered a spinner. Jadeja is a genuine all-rounder. So Jadeja is there as a genuine all-rounder. So then you pick just one spinner. So what is your choice? They picked Washington Sundar because he is a finger spinner to start with, number one, and he is a very, very capable batsman. So, and I'm just living out the batting part for the moment. When in overseas a spinner's role is defensive, a spinner is used for containment, and there you'll always pick a finger spinner over a wrist spinner unless you have an Anil Kumble, for example. If you have an Anil Kumble, absolutely fine, but you are not boasting of any Anil Kumble. So wrist spinner, playing wrist spinner in overseas conditions is always fraught with risks because he can lick runs. Now the role is of a spinner overseas is containment because fast bowlers are your cheap wicket taking options. That is why they are picking a finger spinner. And that was the case in the ODI series also. In the ODI series at Lords also, uh, that is why a wrist spinner was not picked. The mindset is that we'll use a spinner overseas for containment, and that would be a finger spinner. So I think it is not about Kuldeep being relegated to a third spinner, still being a third spinner. It is about the conditions. It is about the situations. And once again, I think Ashim's comment left perspective.
Shamik, right from the start, right? After the 3 day practice game between India and Sri Lanka 11, that got over. Sairaj Batule attended the post-match press conference, and he said that we are quite happy with the way Kuldeep Yadav is bowling. He bowled the most number of overs in the first innings of that practice game. He looked really well, and there obviously that's why he played as well, despite the Saransh Jain being available for the first test. But now, if you look at Gautam Gambhir's press conference yesterday on the match eve, he also spoke highly of Kuldeep. He also spoke highly of Kuldeep. So you have your coaches backing. Sairaj Batule, even before the Gaul test, he said that Kuldeep is bowling well. We have no concerns whatsoever regarding Kuldeep's bowling form. Gautam Gambhir sort of doubled it down yesterday. So is it only about Shubman Gill that Shubman Gill doesn't have that much confidence in Kuldeep in comparison with a Ravindra Jadeja or Manav Sudhar with the Kookaburra ball?
See, whether a player would be part of the playing 11, at the end of the day, it's an out and out captain's call. Especially if a player, his captain thinks, no, I mean, I should try a different option. I am not this particular player, batsman or bowler, is not giving much confidence. Totally, it is totally captain's call. Nobody can overrule it because out there in the field, it is the captain who leads the team and who decides things. Who makes bowling changes, who sets the field. So it is the captain's decision. But Vaibhav, coming back to, can you please come again with the question? Like you said, Gautam Gambhir said he is bowling well, right? Yes, Gautam Gambhir said that. But it can happen to any player. It is not only about Kuldeep Yadav. A fantastic player can, for time being, can lose his mojo. It has happened to almost all the players, I can say. Kapil Dev, I tell you, Kapil Dev, India's greatest ever all-rounder, and India's greatest ever all-rounder by 500 miles. There was a period, almost that lasted for a year and a half, close to 2 years. Kapil Dev lost his outswing, and outswing was Kapil Dev's God's gift. It was God's gift to Kapil Dev. He was such, outswing was his natural. But there came a time, and it lasted for quite a while, when he suddenly lost his outswing, and then once again, out of the blue, he regained it. It can happen to any player. It is not about Kuldeep. Yes, Kuldeep, maybe. I don't know. I don't know whether Kuldeep is low on confidence, because whatever comment we have been making is from outside.
Yeah.
We don't know whether Kuldeep is short of confidence, whether captain is not trusting him.
But Shamik, sometimes you read the body language of the player, and if you look at the body language of Kuldeep Yadav from the time India started bowling in the fourth innings, the feel that he was given, you look at the body language even after the match was done, he didn't seem too happy. You can see that in his body language. So with Kuldeep, we always talk about this, that it's not the skill set. He is skilled enough to take wickets on any surface. That's what we have been talking about. But with Kuldeep, it's about the mental thing, that you have to. Kuldeep has to be confident enough in his abilities in order to take wickets.
Absolutely, and it can happen because he was not having a good game in Gaul. So maybe he was feeling low, and it can happen if a bowler is not, or if a batsman scores a golden duck, or gets a king's pair, he would be low. Kuldeep was low, but we don't know whether that was restricted to the Gaul test only, or this has, this mental thing, it is affecting him off late. So once again, but the way he was talking to us, he was, sharing sharing his football thoughts and everything. If a player is very low on confidence, I don't think he would have done that. Then again, we have to see. But if Kuldeep is dropped in this test match, eventually, there is still a question mark. I'm not committing anything. Yes, last night I didn't commit anything. Until the toss is happening, I'm not committing anything. Um, but that won't be based on just one game. That is gone. Over the last few matches, uh, I this I reiterate that.
But Shamik, if you go only by hard numbers, 24 wickets in last 6 test matches, is it not good enough?
No, hard numbers, yes, hard numbers. You have to keep an eye on the hard numbers. But it is not only about the hard numbers. If hard numbers, I'll give you an example. If hard numbers are the sole criteria, then you don't need selectors. You can pick the highest wicket taker in the Ranji Trophy and the highest run getter in that Ranji Trophy. You can directly incorporate them into the Indian team. But that is not the case, and that is also not the job of the selectors. So you have to look beyond the hard numbers. I think Gautam Gambhir said made a brilliant point, and this is something you expect from a coach. He said maybe Kuldeep is trying a little too hard. He's trying to take wickets with every ball, and that shouldn't be his. For Kuldeep, the best thing would be to try and bowl one good spell, followed by another good spell. Wickets will take care of themselves. That is a brilliant advice, and that is a brilliant observation from Gautam Gambhir. And Vaibhav, if you ask me what was my takeaway from Gautam Gambhir's pre-match press conference, I would say this one, because this is how you as a player you give him a confidence, and this was such crystal clear thinking. Fantastic.
I think it remains to be seen now whether that same confidence which Sairaj Bagule or Gautam Gambhir has in Kuldeep's ability, Shubman Gill confident enough in Kuldeep's ability to make an impact and win the series for India in this test match. Because ultimately, as Shamik has said, it's the captain's call. When it comes to the playing 11, it is completely Shubman Gill who will decide whether it is going to be a Saransh Jain or Kuldeep Yadav. Because see, before the Gaul test, it was not about Kuldeep or Saransh. The signs were pretty clear that it will be Kuldeep, Manav and Ravindra Jadeja. It was about if they are going to play a Gurnur brand or they are going to stick with Prasidh Krishna. Prasidh Krishna also has been very inconsistent in international cricket. We have talked about his economy rate as well being on the higher side. But look at the way. Okay, so the big news from the middle is that Saransh Jain has received his test cap and he's been given the test cap by none other than Ravindra Jadeja, spin bowling all-rounder, giving a cap to another spin bowling all-rounder. So that clearly means that Kuldeep Yadav is unlikely to be there. Obviously, the playing 11 hasn't been announced, but if Saransh Jain is playing, then it is more than likely.
This means only one thing, that is Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah, because unlikely that they will go with 4 spinners.
Yeah, very, very unlikely. On this pitch, basically, basically 4 spinners would be one too many. So congratulations to Saransh Jain making his test debut at 33 years of age, and um, after a long time, a player from Madhya Pradesh is playing Test cricket.
Yeah, it's a great moment for his family, friends, and everybody who is associated with Saransh Jain. And the way Saransh Jain has evolved as a cricketer in the last 3-5 years, if you see, it was Tanush Kotian who was at the ahead in the pecking order. He was playing the India A tours as well. But in the last 1 year, because at that time Saransh was only more of a bowler, not major contributions with the bat. But if you look at the last 1 year with the red ball in domestic cricket, Saransh has made that impact with the bat and with the ball, something that the team management likes. Team management want the players who can contribute in all the three departments, and that's what you get with a Saransh Jain. The way he has evolved as a batter, he was always a good spinner. But the way he has evolved as a batter, I think that has led to his selection. Obviously, Because Washington Sundar is not there, that is why Saransh Jain is there. But Shami, what an opportunity it will be for Saransh Jain, because we have seen Manav Sudhar when Ravindra Jadeja was not there for the one-off test. Manav Sudhar grabbing that opportunity with both hands, and now he has become Shubman Gill's go-to bowler. Now same opportunity has come to Saransh Jain's doorsteps.
Uh, First of all, Vaibhav, Saransh Jain has earned his rights.
Absolutely.
Last season, he scored more than 500 runs and took more than 30 plus wickets in the Ranji Trophy and achieved that double. The only other player to achieve the double is Shardul Thakur in the Ranji Trophy, Shardul Thakur. Now, I put out the list of the players who have played Test cricket from Madhya Pradesh. The great Colonel C.K. Naidu, India's first ever captain. It was Holkar then. Madhya Pradesh as a state was not there because it was during the British rule, and it was Holkar was a prince.
Holkar Empire.
Holkar was a princely state. So C.K. Naidu, J. Navle, C.S. Naidu, Saad Mustaq Ali, another superstar. No Mustaq, no test. Another superstar. Chand Sarwate, who had the world record, who had a world record for a last wicket pair with Shunte Banerjee in England, a first-class cricket, who had a world record, partnership that time with Shunte Banerjee. Hiralal Gaikwad, Narendra Hirani, he came with a bang. He arrived with a bang against Viv Richards, West Indies. 16 wickets in a match, 8 wickets.
I think 5 wicket hauls in his first few games.
And 18 wickets against that Viv Richards' West Indies. And India won that test match at Chepa. Then Rajesh Chauhan, Rajat Patidar, very, very good player. Somehow it didn't work. The test matches he played against England, I think he was a touch unlucky also. The ball rolling off his pads onto the stumps in one case. So,
Rajat was the last one.
Rajat Patidar was the last one. So it's an illustrious list. When it starts with Colonel C.K. Naidu, and you have someone like Syed Mustaq Ali in that list. I mean, you have to take that list very, very seriously. And Saransh Jain now has the opportunity to carry forward that legacy. Yes, it has come late, but better late than never. And it also says that if you do well in domestic cricket, selectors are there for you. Your performance will be noticed, and if there is an opportunity, you will be given a chance.
Yeah, definitely. And this selection committee in particular have emphasized a lot on domestic cricket. They have asked the BCCI centrally contracted players also to play domestic cricket whenever they are free and available to play. Obviously, it requires clearance from Center of Excellence as well, because there's so much of cricket playing nowadays that you don't want your top players to get injured. But whenever they are free and available, the directive has been clear from the BCCI side that you have to play, the domestic cricket matches, be it the Ranji Trophy matches, Vijay Hazare Trophy matches, and look at the products. Some of the products that have come from the domestic cricket in the last few years. You talk about the Sarfaraz Khan, Manav Sutar, Harsh Dubey is also there. Then you have Aqib Nabi in this team, Saransh Jain of the same mold. So there are a lot of domestic performers, and there are still few of them who are waiting in the wings for their opportunity. Some very good batters in Yash Rathod, Smaran Ravichandran. So there are a lot of good players, and they will be rewarded when the time will come. They will be rewarded much like a Saransh Jain and Aqib Nabi have been. But Ramik, is it also because Saransh Jain's selection? If you look back at what happened yesterday, Sri Lanka first practice, then Dhananjay De Silva came for the pressure. I asked him this question that now since Nishan Madhushka is dropped, is it a straight away given that you will have a change in the opening pair, and there is only one top order batter in your squad as of now, and that is Kamil Mishara. So he didn't hesitate and said it clearly that yes, Kamil Mishara will open, another left-hander, and he made this point that we wanted a right-left combination at the top. Obviously, because of the damage that was done by Ravindra Jadeja and Manav Sudhar in the first test. So Now, if you look at Sri Lanka's playing 11 from yesterday, after that pressure, Gautam Gambhir came, and they must have strategy because this is a very strategy planning oriented team. We have seen the boards coming out during the practice session, very analytical team. So they must have analyzed that there is a possibility, there is a possibility of having four left-handers. Sri Lanka playing with four left-handers, and that is why maybe they were more tempted to play a Saranjan.
I think so, yes. That has to be the case because there is an overload of left-handers in the Sri Lankan batting lineup, and against that, an off spinner can always come in handy. But more than that, yes, that obviously played a part. But more than that, it's now clear, it's now absolutely clear that Shubman Gill has lost confidence in Kuldeep Yadav's bowling. Now, going ahead, what lies in store for Kuldeep Yadav? That is the question. The next Test series in New Zealand, and very likely he will not be playing there. Washington Sundar will be back, and along with Ravindra Jadeja, he will be part of the playing 11. So Kuldeep will not be very unlikely that Kuldeep would be playing in New Zealand. And then next winter, the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Now, I would say Kuldeep should take this, and Kuldeep doesn't need advice from me. Kuldeep knows what to do, what he will have to do. So Kuldeep doesn't need absolutely any advice from me. But I would like to see, as someone who follows Indian cricket, who has been covering Indian cricket, and who has seen these boys right from the under 19 level. I have seen these guys grow. So it would be great. The only thing when you are out, it is to go back to the basics, to go back to the drawing board, and domestic cricket is your go-to place. So Madhya Pradesh, Central Zone, Central Zone are playing their first match in the Dalit Trophy. They're directly playing from the semi-finals, and it's on August 30. So go back, play that game. Go back and play that game, and then play all the domestic matches, Ranji Trophy matches, everything that there is on offer. Play all these domestic matches, and it is where you regain your mojo. You you talk to the coaches. You talk to need be you talk to former players, whoever you think who can come to your help. But play domestic matches. I give you some example. I give you an example of Ravindra Jadeja. Ravindra Jadeja, around I think 2013, 2014 he was back. He go back to Rajkot. He played for Saurashtra. I think took 27 wickets in 4 innings, scored a 300, and forced his way back to the Indian team. I broke that story. Somehow I eavesdropped into some conversations, and it was sort of luck played a part, and I broke that story of Ravindra Jadeja coming back to the Indian team fold. But that is how it should be done. And during that period, when Ravindra Jadeja was going through the rigors of domestic cricket again, he said something very, very important, something that was very, very important. If you would walk up to him and say, "Well played, Jadu," and Jadu, you would come back, to the Indian team pool pretty soon. He would tell you, "Look, your good wishes will not bring me back, or your uh, your coverage will not bring me back to the Indian team. I'll have to perform, and I'll have to perform in a way that the selectors are supposed to bring me back." And Kuldeep should take a template from that. And I believe there is still a lot of cricket left in Kuldeep Yadav, and sooner rather than later, he will regain his million.
Absolutely, there is absolutely no shadow of doubt in Kuldeep's ability. If you talk about him, all formats, not just Test cricket, all formats, there is no doubt about Kuldeep's ability. He just needs one good game. He just needs two good innings. One good spell can change anything. But now the question will be when that next spell will come for Kuldeep Yadav in India wise. That is going to be a big question, and that is a separate topic for debate. We will discuss it on another day. That what lies ahead of Kuldeep Yadav now after this SSC test. But Shamik, talking about any other changes that could happen We saw Gurnur bowling in the side wickets, Shubman Gill having a close, and Shubman Gill has a very good rapport off the field as well. If you look at it was it was Shubman Gill who asked the selectors to pick Gurnur ahead of an Akib Nabi, and they share a very good bond. And then you say that captain has a call on the final 11. So is there a possibility, slightest of the possibility of a Gurnur also coming in today?
See, it's a minute to toss. I don't know whether they are going with Gurnur Brad. Unlikely because Prashit Krishna hasn't done anything wrong in the first test to be dropped, and that would be an unfair call if they dropped Prashit Krishna. Prashit Krishna gave important breakthroughs. Niroshan Dikwela in the first innings when he and Sonal were stitching a pretty decent partnership. And then again in the second innings, as soon as Dikwela came to the crease, Shubman Gill brought him back and um, he dismissed Niroshan Dikwela again. And then he took a fantastic catch in the final innings. So it's just 1 minute to toss. I don't think Guru will play. Yes, uh, Shubman Gill and Gurnur Ram, they play for Punjab in the Ranji Trophy. Yeah, in the Ranji Trophy also they are teammates. So from that point of view, they know each other very well. They have a Shubman Gill knows what Gurnur Ram can do, and from that point of view, that is there. But I don't think they are going to drop Rashid Krishna. Anyway, we'll get to know in a minute because it's time for toss and let's see how it transpires.
As we await the toss update, we will take your comments and questions. So keep sending them in. The live show that you are watching is presented by the IDFC First Bank. Okay, some light questions. Shamikta, why did you retire in the media match? Let's not talk about the media match. That was a forgettable thing, forgettable day for us.
Who is saying this?
Arvind. Arvind is saying this.
Why did you retire out in the media match? To contribute to the team's cause. To contribute to the team's cause, you know what happens? Classical players make way for the pyrotechnicians because this is a T20. If it were a test match, and once again, I'm an out and out test match person. If it were a test match, you would have seen me channeling my inner Cheteshwar Pujara. But once, unfortunately, it was a T20.
I think we have a toss update.
Sri Lanka list has come, but let's see.
Yeah, Sri Lanka list is, we already have told you that Kamil Mishra debut and Pasindu Surya Bandara at 3.
India win the toss and will bat first.
So again, it's a repeat of goal. India won the toss and after to bat first, and no surprises at all. Given the way
now Shubman Gill's commented the toss.
Yeah.
Look, that he spoke to the host broadcaster. Looks like a much harder and better surface. Sorry, just a second. I beg your pardon. Looks like a much harder and better surface than Gaul. For the first 2 or 3 days, it will be a really good wicket to bat on. So this is Shubman Gill's comment. And here we have a pitch report also. That is also the pitch report is also expecting a run fest. Let's see how it pans out. Beba will continue. Maybe I have received the team list.
I will tell you the changes. Okay, so Kuldeep Yadav.
Let me check.
Okay, we have the playing 11 of the Indian team. Shamik will read it out for you guys.
Shubman Gill, KL Rahul, Jasasi Jaiswal, Devdutt Padikkal, Rishabh Pant, Ravindra Jadeja, Dhruv Judel, Saransh Jain debut, Manav Sitar, Mohammad Siraj, Prashid.
So there is only one change to India's playing 11.
And along the expected lines.
Yeah, no surprises at all. As we have been speaking since yesterday, that the signs were pretty evident of a Saransh Jain making his maiden international appearance. But let's read out the Sri Lanka playing 11 as well, Shamik.
I think they have put out their what they have put out.
So this is India.
This is India. Sri Lanka, I have, you continue, I'm giving the
Sri Lanka again, Lahiru Udara, Kamil Mishara, Pasindu Surya Bandara, Kamindu Mendes, Dhananjay De Silva, Niroshan Dikwela, Sonal Dinusha, then you have Kishara Nuanta, Pravach Surya, Asita Fernando,
Lahiru Udara, Kamil Mishara, uh, then Surya Bandara,
and Lairu Kumara. Yeah, this is
Kamindu Mendes, Dhananjaya De Silva, Sonal Dinusha, Niroshan Dikwela, Keshara Nuanta, Prabhat Jayasuriya, Lahiru Kumara, Asita Fernando.
a couple of changes for Sri Lanka, as we have said that it could be the debut for Tamil Mishara, as it was the case confirmed by Dhananjay as well. And Pasindu Surya Bandara will bat at number 3. Dinesh Chandimal has been ruled out of the series. So obviously it was about Pasindu Surya Bandara, who was introduced as a concussion sub, who played his first innings as a concussion sub in international cricket and then got out for a golden duck. So another opportunity for the highly talented right-handed batter. But Shamik, now coming to the pitch, because we have been seeing the pitch right from 2 days now. It hasn't been watered a lot. Shubman Gill said that it is going to be good for batting. Yesterday, Dhananjay also said, when I asked about his views on the pitch, he said that it is going to be good for batting, but there will be bounce, and there will be carry, and there will be assistance for the spinners as well. But from what we have seen from the press box, there are spots there on both sides of the square. If you see the pitch, there are squares, there are spots. Are these spots? Is there a possibility of the game being over soon rather than going for 5 days?
Beba, from my experience of covering a lot of test matches here, I can tell you that SSC pitch is always batting friendly. At least for the first 2 days, 2.5 days, it would be absolutely. I think India are going to bat for 2 days now. India are going to bat for 2 days now. If they don't do it, it would be a failure, I guess, because given this pitch and the ball goes, the new ball does a bit like this very. You just have to give do a simple thing. Give 2 hours to the bowlers. The first 2 hours to the bowlers. Just be watchful, and the next 2 days would be simple. This is simple philosophy. 30 years ago, here in South Africa, Dale Steyn and Bonnie Morkel and all, such fantastic bowling lineup. Mahela Jayawardena and Kumar Sangakkara. I mean, they batted and batted and batted and batted.
Over 600
it,
partnership.
Yes, so this has always been the case as far as this is concerned. So I'm backing India to bat for 2 days. I'm expecting a couple of big hundreds. I'm expecting a couple of big hundreds. I don't know who will do that, but I'm expecting a couple of big hundreds, a couple of daddy hundreds, and it is going to be a run fest. This pitch, at least for the first 3 days, it is going to be a run fest.
Given the ground dimensions and what both the captains have talked about the pitch, it is going to be good for batting at least for a couple of days. And if it doesn't deteriorate much, then obviously the third day as well. But Shamik, how important this particular innings will be for Yashasvi Jaiswal? Because if you look at last one of Test against Afghanistan, and even before that the South Africa series where he was troubled a lot by Marco Jansen. So you don't see Yashasvi Jaiswal not scoring big runs in 4 or 5 consecutive innings. It has happened for the first time in his relatively young international career. But very important for Yashasvi not to throw his wicket away like he did in the last game.
No, he's not throwing away his wicket. He's getting out, trying to play his favorite cut shot. Last test first innings, he was batting beautifully, and it is pure bad luck. It was pure bad luck. That mix-up was pure bad luck, and he was run out. So you have to take such things into account. Once again, I will credit Gautam Gambhir for his assessment when he was asked at the pre-match press conference that whether, for the time being, Jaiswal should stop playing that favorite cut shot. And Gautam Gambhir said, "How can I tell a player which is a go-to option not to play that shot? I will just advise him to get better at that shot." Very, very positive thinking. Once again, a very, very positive assessment and observation. So from that, all combined, Yashasvi Jaiswal will get back amongst runs. No worries. Yes, he is maybe, and it can happen once again. It can happen to anyone. So Yashasvi Jaiswal, he will get back. Maybe this is a test where we might see him scoring a daddy 100.
Because whenever Yashasvi Jaiswal has travelled outside India, be it West Indies, Australia, England, wherever he has gone, wherever he has gone out to play Test cricket, he has scored runs. He has scored hundreds in all the conditions where he has played. Apart from obviously South Africa, he has hundreds in all the countries where he has played in. Again, it is going to be important for Shubman Gill as well because last test, if you see, it was not about Shubman Gill not scoring big runs. He has done that quite a bit in his career. But it was about Shubman Gill getting out to the same bowler, Prabhat Jayasuriya, who is the leading spinner of Sri Lanka. Again, Prabhat Jayasuriya versus Shubman Gill. How you are looking at this battle?
Uh, Here we are talking about a batsman who is absolutely huge, who has a test average of 72 over the last 1 year after assuming India captaincy, and he just failed in 2 innings. So absolutely, he can hit out to the same bowler, but Shubman Gill shouldn't be even part of any discussion as far as his batting is concerned. Here we are talking about one of the best batsmen, in world cricket post the Fab Four era, which is coming. Virat Kohli, Kane Williamson, already gone, and then Steve Smith. His career is also sauntering into a golden sunset. Only Joe Root is still going strong. Joe Root is younger of the lot, and he's still going strong. He's a fantastic. He's England's greatest ever batsman, without a shadow of doubt, and one of the all-time greats in his own right. So Joe Root is going strong. Other than that, so who are the batsmen to carry forward the legacy of the man? You have these two players at this point in time. One is Shubman Gill, and another is Harry Brook.
And eyes obviously will be on Devdutt Padikkal as well. Player of the match from the last game, top scorer, and KL Rahul, the way he supported, you know, Devdutt Padikkal in the first innings and second innings, both the innings, the partnership between the two Karnataka batters. Again, it will be very important for both the batters to carry their form and make big runs here at a very small venue.
Absolutely. If you have a good opening partnership, half the job is done. And in this pitch, if India have a big opening partnership, then they might take themselves in a position over 2.5 days where they can just bat once in this test match. Let's see how it happens. But as the play is about to resume, the play is about to start, and the players are coming onto the field. Will be in, and we have to go back to the prince box.
Yeah.
So on that note, I am handing it over to Beba.
Yeah, we are taking a leave, but before that, I'll take one quick prediction before we close up the show. Shamik, how many runs? Obviously, you are not a fan of predictions and making calls, but how many runs do you see India scoring in the first session?
If Jasasri Jaiswal stays sort of 100.
Freaking awesome is saying, Shamik sir, India's batting is not at their best. They started off really well at Gaul but haven't crossed 500, and in the second innings they didn't bat well, to be honest.
Yeah. Nobody is saying India's batting is at its best. We have seen it this time and again, and this is the reason why India have suffered back-to-back home series whitewashes. But then again, Gaul was a different thing because so many hours are lost in the first innings because of rain. So they had to up the ante. Second innings, once again, the charge was on. They were looking for quick runs, and in the process, they lost wicket. So I'm not reading too much into their slides and Gaul. But yes, I agree with you, freaking awesome, that India's batting, especially in tougher conditions. These days, India's batting don't inspire much confidence, except 2-3 players.
Day one, a good batting wicket. India won the toss, and they'll be looking to post a big total, and will be looking to bat only once in this test match as they planned in Gaul as well. But didn't happen. Sri Lanka fought back really well. But let's see what happens in the first session. How many runs India will score? Let us know your predictions in the comment section, and we will be back after the post-lunch session. And this show once again was presented by the IDFC First Bank, and as we have said that we'll be back after post-lunch show. So don't forget to join us then. It's a goodbye for now.